Hello, and welcome to the Rojan Dateline. Tomorrow, keep going far back. You go backwards in time, where it gets earlier and earlier from the West Coast, from the Pacific time. But then at some point, you flip forward. Okay, the Earth and star. April can tell how prepared I am. I don't even have my. Oh, I don't with me. Oh God. Well, I wanted to do my. Should I do? Is it? No, I will do the ad read in a bit. All right. So what's the big news? What's going on, everyone? What's going on? There's apparently a virus. It's a big deal. I don't know if you've heard about it. That's going on. The economy is doing great, everyone. Did you see this? Fucking stock market's up. Fucking people are feeling fucking spectacular. What could go wrong? Nothing could possibly go wrong. There's no way. I think it's just up. Everything is going to go up from this point. Um, Bernie Sanders announced that he is dropping out of the race, and rightly so. Because I think it's painfully obvious to me and to a lot of others that I don't think he wanted it, man. I just don't think Bernie Sanders wanted it. I honestly don't. Because if he really wanted it back in 2016, he wouldn't have supported Hillary. The person who robbed him, who literally robbed him of votes, literally robbed him of the nomination, he turned around and was like, I endorse Hillary Clinton because we must defeat Donald Trump. And that's just, come on, Bernie. Bernie. What kind of, it's weak. It's weak. Remember when Bernie, when those Black Lives Matters girls, just Google Black Lives Matter and Bernie Sanders, and you can see what we're talking about in terms of strength. Okay, that's the weakness. He just gives up. He just rolls over and gives these girls a microphone, and that is not, unfortunately, good leadership. Okay, it's just not good leadership, man. I mean, he was there. He voted. He voted for this bailout. The trillions of dollars for all the, after going on and on about, yeah, sure, he was on the floor, fucking, you know, shitting on everybody for being like, oh, you can't help people. You can't help people, but you can't help. But then what happens? He voted for the thing. So it doesn't matter in the end. And now, just dropped out. He's going to endorse his friend Joe. His friend Joe. That's what Bernie Sanders called Joe Biden. Joe Biden, the guy who was a huge proponent of the drug war, a huge proponent of the war in Iraq, against busing in schools, for the three strikes law, voted for the three strikes law under Clinton. Basically did a lot to decimate the black community, decimate this country, helped basically did a lot to decimate the black community, decimate this country, helped ship jobs. Everything that Bernie stood against is what Joe Biden stood for. And instead of Bernie being like, dude, this guy is literally what I'm fighting against, he was like, Joe's a good friend. He's a good guy. I mean, come on. Is that someone who wants to win? Look at what Trump did to Jeb Bush. Trump fucking destroyed Jeb. Dude, just anyways. I think I talked about this last time. Anyways, none of this matters anymore. Fucking the stage is set. Biden versus Trump. Roast battle confirmed. Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. And pray for Joe, man. Pray for Joe. That's what I say. Pray for Joe. Because what we have now, the Democrats have done, which is incredible, kudos to them, is they have managed to turn the incumbent, the sitting president of the United States, into the anti-establishment candidate. The fuck? How bonkers is that? How bonkers is that? How crazy is the idea that the guy who's in office doesn't represent the system? You know what I mean? And okay, I didn't actually have a plan for this episode, so fuck it. I mean, the whole Bernie thing is taking over. I'm just gonna talk about this. Fuck it. I'm gonna talk about this. I'm gonna ramble like I do. No plan today. I'm going free. Going live, everybody. I'm live. I'm live on YouTube. I'm going live on this podcast. There's no censorship anymore. It's freedom. Stop making masks. It's time to make guillotines, everybody. No, really, we're really, really close to an Eat the Rich moment, sort of pre-French Revolution thing. But for now, we're okay. For now, we're trying to let this. It's like business as usual. Stock market's open. The polls are open. Keep going to the polls. Keep voting. This thing is it's not that big a deal. It's fine. It's that what? People are dying? Uh-oh. I don't know. We don't know. We don't care. We don't care. We're just trying to extract wealth from you guys. What you think you're gonna give you $1,200, okay? 12 hundo. $100 a month. Isn't that enough to live? Isn't that? I don't know what the poor's live off of. That really does seem. Us getting a 1,200 stimulus is like when Lucille in Arrested Development thought a gallon of milk cost $10. You know what I'm saying? So they're just so disconnected from the needs of regular people that they're like, surely this is enough. This is not enough, which is weird because you would think that these billionaires and whatnot would think that we would need more money. You would think they'd be skewed. It's like, I mean, what does your rent cost? $10,000? Like I would think that they would think that, but instead they're lowballing everyone. Okay, what the fuck is that? If you're gonna try to fucking make sure that we don't come a chopping heads, you want to give us some sweet greenbacks. You know what I'm saying? The only downside of giving us all those sweet greenbacks is that, of course, inflation could happen, and then all those greenbacks become worthless, and then it's time to sharpen the guillotines again. You know what I mean? Or we go to war. Let's pick somebody. Let's pick an enemy. Yeah, obviously a virus isn't an enemy enough. We can't unite around that. That's not enough. It's just not a clear and present danger. You know, it's sort of a unclear and oncoming danger, and we're just not built for that. We need clear. If only the virus, we could kind of personify him. Like if we could dress a person up as the coronavirus and then just be like, get him, that's the corona, get him. Then I think we would all get on board with that. But until there's some kind of leadership, or I don't know, some sort of informing of the public through journalism, I don't know, something, some kind of institution. Surely some sort of institution is there to help people, the public, in this time. You know, if only an institution like that would step up, maybe something would happen. Because otherwise, it's going to be mob rule. The mob will eventually rear its head. You keep fucking, I mean, you keep fucking people, you know? You keep fucking them out of food, you keep fucking them out of rent, you keep fucking them out of money, you keep fucking them out of everything. Any kind of ownership at all. If we don't own anything, it's just like the idea of graffiti, right? Like graffiti, I understand from the point of view of the business owner, the property owner. This is the vandal. Oh, this vandal. This vandal is coming and vandalizing everything with these squiggly letters. What the fuck is this? These fucking vandals. But from now, let's think about it from the perspective of the graffiti artiste. You know what I'm saying? The graffiti artist does not own anything. Doesn't own shit. Okay? Most likely. I mean, except for Banksy. He's pretty fucking rich. So I guess Banksy shouldn't really be going around fucking tagging up people's property because he's got property of his own. But besides Banksy, most graffiti artists have nothing. All they have to own is their tag. And when they put their tag on a wall, they're like, I own this wall now. Fuck you, owner. You know what I mean? So I can see it as it's a form. I mean, I can intellectualize it and be like, it's a form of protest, of a reclamation of urban spaces, you know, some shit like that. But really, it is. It is the only one thing against the owners we have, aside from just lighting the thing on fire, right? The next step is burning. So until the burning, you'll get the tagging, right? So yeah, everybody owns everything and we don't. Fuck it, we're gonna tag it up, okay? Yeah, at some point, push comes to shove, we're gonna burn it up, right? And I just don't understand why the leaders look. If you're gonna be self-serving, at least understand that you have to give people enough so they don't fucking tear you apart. Okay, they don't come after you. But I think what's obvious is that the rich and powerful, they don't actually want to even be in this country. I think they have like a space shuttle or some kind of underground lair worked out. Like, I think they're just like, the shit's gonna collapse and we're gonna leave. They're not even bothering to give back enough to stem the tide of the mob. They're just like, well, I guess we're just gonna jump ship. Just gonna skip town, everyone. Goodbye. So all right, well, okay. I guess then it's just let the chips fall where they may. That means is people. That's what it's all about. I was talking to my buddy Caleb. I'm gonna have him join me on this podcast because he's trapped in New York. He's gonna give me some word on the street about what's going down in the Big Apple. But he was just, he's just telling me about how like, fuck, man. There's just, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I lost my train of thought. I was just talking about guillotines. Oh, people, listen. None of this shit matters anymore, okay? Bernie, Biden, Trump, all this national shit, Pelosi, like all that shit, they don't fucking care about us, man. They're all grifters. I don't care. Isn't it obvious from their actions? Look at what they've been doing. Look at what they've been doing. They're just giving rich people all this money without question. And when it comes to giving us anything, it's just like, hey, let's get down to the nitty gritty here and let's really look at the numbers. They don't give a fuck about us, man. They don't want us to even eat cake. At least back in the day, they let us eat cake. Now we don't even have vapes. Can't even eat vapes. We can't eat vapes. All right. Well, anyway, I for one am looking forward to the debate. I think it's going to be one of the best. We have no sports. We have no sports, no wrestling, no nothing. That's it. That's all we got. This debate is going to be the biggest. As long as they don't both get the fucking virus and die, it's going to be one of the most watched things in television history. Okay? Because it's going to be, I mean, first of all, the betting pool has to be just off kilter on there. I mean, it must be overwhelmingly favoring Donald Trump. You know, the odds, you know what I'm saying? Like, Joe Biden's got to be the underdog coming into this. He can barely put together a sentence. And Trump has just been running his hour for the past 4 years. You know what I mean? He's just been running. And Bernie would have made it hard. So here's the thing. If you really wanted to win, if the Democrats and Bernie, everybody really wanted to win, you would put Bernie in there, because Bernie gives us the opportunity, us the people, to see that, oh, Trump is the establishment and Sanders is the anti-establishment candidate. You know what I mean? Like, he's the Bernie is a true populist, right? Trump is the fake populist. He got in there, but he's governing like a corporatist, right? That's what he is doing, and that's what we could say he's doing. But instead, the other corporatists, the Democrats, spent 3 fucking years trying to impeach Donald Trump. So it makes it look like he's fighting the establishment. He's framing it so that, oh, see, the establishment tried to take me down. They didn't even let me get away with anything. And if I had a great economy until this fucking pandemic hit, and now they're trying to blame me for it, while the whole time they were just trying to impeach me. And instead, they could have been fucking helping. They could have been helping you guys. Instead of helping you, they were trying to take me down. So you know what? Fuck them. They're the power. I'm fighting them. Bonkers. Completely bonkers. But that's what the Democrats have done. Congratulations, DNC. You did it. You did it. You made it so that the guy who's in office is anti-establishment. If you put Bernie in, you would have had 2 anti-establishment candidates, and they could have fought it out, you know, and then let the people decide which one's the real one, which one is the fake one. And since one of them was president for 4 years already, you could have said, hey, he's the fake one. Especially had the Democrats just let him do whatever. Had the Democrats let him do whatever, we could have said, this guy is the establishment. Let's get rid of him. Instead, the narrative is that the impeachment was an attempt by the establishment to rid themselves of the anti-establishment candidate. Now they're trying to put in an establishment candidate to, you know, rewrite the ship, to make sure that the right stewards of industry, stewards of our state are in power. You know, lizard mask on. That's basically what it is. Lizard mask on. Instead of being like, you know what? Lizard masks off. Let's go populist. Let's fucking outflank Trump from the left. The Democrats are going to the right. They're being the corporatists. They're reflecting not the will of the populists, but the will of the centrists. How bonkers is it that the Republicans are the populist party now? The Republicans actually listened. The Republicans had an opportunity to just put up Jeb Bush instead of Trump, right? The Republicans could have just said, fuck Trump, fuck the votes. We're just going to fucking steamroll in. Just like the Dems did with Hillary. They could have steamrolled in Jeb Bush. But you know what? Somewhere along the way, the Republicans were like, yeah, we want to win. We want to win this thing. We want to win this thing. Fuck it. We're going to go populist. Yeah, of course we're not really populist. We're going to fucking screw them over. We're going to pass tax breaks. We're going to fuck them over when we're inside. But we tell them we're populist. We get on their side. We fucking talk about immigrants. We do the economy, whatever the fuck, you know, all that shit. We're going to do it. And they won. And the thing is, the Democrats don't even have the political savvy to say, all right, we'll work with the populists, we'll get in office, and then, you know, whatever, we'll fucking... They don't have the savvy to do that. They also don't have the savvy to just let Trump hang himself with his own rope. The Dems could have let Trump hang himself with his own rope, and he would be seen as the incumbent establishment candidate. Instead, they turned him again into the anti-establishment candidate. Way to go, guys. So it's over. It's over. I don't see, Biden can't win, man. There's no way. Biden can't win. He might die. Put Warren in. Maybe something disruptive like that will happen, and people will be like, another black swan. Maybe I could see that happening. Barring something crazy like death, assassination, something completely out of the blue, I see Trump winning. On the other hand, something out of the blue could happen. Like, say, if there's a fucking terrorist attack in the middle of this pandemic, let's say the economy really craters, let's say everything happens, there's a chance that people will still go to Trump. There's a chance. Now, that's what the Dems did. Have the Dems let him hang himself with his own rope, people would flee that shit. You know what I'm saying? People would be like, this is the result of Trump and his policies. Instead, there's a good case to be said that the fucking Democrats botched this whole thing, and instead of spending all our money, tax money, on impeachment, they could have been researching this pandemic. They could imagine if the Dems came out way ahead of time and we're like, we gotta do something about this pandemic, and then Trump was like, no, and then they're like, yeah, and then it comes to the and then now as shit unravels, it was obvious that they were right and he was wrong. But no, instead they fought him every step of the way. They fought him every step of the way. They're fighting him every step of the way now. So then it just makes it look like, oh, they're just opposition. They're not even helping. They're not even helping. They're just all they do is, yeah. Nancy Pelosi rips up Donald Trump's State of the Union speech, and everybody's like, wow, wow. And meanwhile, Nancy Pelosi passes Donald Trump's military budget, the National Defense Authorization Act, the Patriot Act, gives him the border wall, the Space Force. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. That's the lizard mask. That's the mask, not the lizard mask. It would be awesome if it was a lizard mask. It would be awesome if the mask they wore was an actual lizard, and they'd be like, finally they're telling the truth. But no, no, no. It's a human mask. Human mask of the lizard. Somehow the lizard face shape conforms to the hominid face shape. I don't know how that works. They're fucking aliens or something. They're fucking advanced technology. Wouldn't it be hilarious if Joe Biden showed up to debate wearing his lizard mask backwards? Like he's all muffled because he's wearing his mask backward, and everybody has to be like, oh Jesus Christ, you got it. This thing's live. This is live. What do we do? Fuck it. I don't know. And Trump. I feel like Trump would actually come over and be like, here, let me help. You know, he would feel sorry for the guy. Honestly, listen, Trump's gonna shellac Biden in a debate. He fucking owns him without even having to debate him. Have you seen he's at the last press conference, someone was like, Joe Biden said this, and then he's like, if Joe Biden was watching the news, I doubt he knew what was going on. I mean, it wasn't even in a bombastic, it was in such a like almost sad matter of fact, which I think is genius. That is the genius move. See, here's the thing with Trump. Trump could lose if he goes too hard on Biden, because everybody will feel sorry for him. He'll be like, leave Joe alone, leave him alone. Leave Joe alone. What do you do? Leave the poor guy alone. That's really Joe's advantage coming into this debate, is that people will feel sorry for him. So what Trump has to do, and I think he is doing, and it's gonna be amazing, is he's gonna feel sorry for Joe too. He's gonna be on our side. He's gonna be like, this is just, look at what they're doing to this guy, man. This is just not. Shit, man. They're just like they're just putting an earpiece in him and shoving it. This is elder abuse. This is elder abuse, guys. I can't. What am I gonna just fucking slap him upside the head? That's not fair. This is not fair. Guys, the fucking Jill Biden, DNC, everybody, shame on you. Barack Obama, everybody, shame on you for running this poor, demented, old rapist fingering man. I don't know what he did. He fucking stuck a finger in Tara Reid. I believe, #BelieveAllWomen. That's what he's gotta do. Dude, Trump's gonna invite Tara Reid to the fucking debate. But Biden's going to forget his pants. And that's the dynamic we're looking at. The dynamic. This 2020 election asks us, which of these two old crazy rapists has got jokes, right? Between these two crazy old rapists, who's got jokes? That's really what we're voting on, guys. That's what it's come to. Whew. I don't know. Is it the end of the republic? I don't know. Maybe. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. Listen, if I was one of the people in one of the 7 countries that we are bombing the shit out of, I'd be like, maybe it's for the best. I don't know. I honestly don't know. On the other hand, if the economy crumbles, if America crumbles, oh God, I don't know. It's gonna be some crazy ass Mad Max shit. It could be Mad Max. Could be. We don't know. It could really be the collapse of the central government. It could really be the collapse of everything. But maybe not of people. And now it brings me back to the point I brought up that I forgot. Now I remember. I was talking to Caleb about New York. You know, because he's rightfully scared. I would be too. I'm honestly, I didn't tell him this, but I'm fucking so glad I'm not in New York. I'm so glad I'm not in New York, man. I would definitely have it right now. I might have it. We don't know. We don't know. Nobody knows if we've got it or not. Nobody knows that. It's neither here nor there. What I do know is that I would have it if I was in New York. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd take the train. I'd do comedy. I'd be out and about. Be out and about. The population density. So in that, in that way, I am glad I'm in LA. But on the flip side, here's what I told Caleb. The thing about New York is it's a real community. People come together, man. You know, after 9/11, anything the shit goes when shit goes down in New York, New Yorkers step up and they unite. They don't give a fuck about Democrats or Republicans. They fucking step up, they unite. And you know why? Because they have to. It's survival. They're keen on it. They're not as privileged as we are here on the West Coast in LA to maintain our tribalism and maintain our psychological distance, all while being like, we are a community and we're so good. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we get to do. That's our privilege. New Yorkers don't have that privilege. They have to fucking deal with each other, get along, and it doesn't fucking matter black, white. That's actually why I preferred culturally living in New York because of the mishmash of people. Because you have to deal with people because you can't be fake. You know, you have to be comfortable around people who make you uncomfortable. Okay, you just have to deal with it. You just do it, and that's the city. It's fine. That's also why they're all gonna get diseases and die. But when push comes to shove, they will all unite. And New York knows how to, even if they run out of power, even if the power gets shut off in New York has been around since before power, electricity. They'll make it. They have water galore. It'll be fine. I mean, a bunch of people will die, but eventually they'll make it. LA, on the other hand, there's no water here. The water is all brought to us from other counties. There's no food. It's all shipped in. There's no nothing. There's millions of people who don't have a sense of community. Okay, in a dense area, and everybody's armed to the teeth here. A lot of armaments, a lot of guns, a lot of gasoline. It's gonna be Mad Max. Like this is where Mad Max would happen. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, that's what I've got to look forward to. It isn't the scariness of just a massive mob just rioting and just a throng of people just like just like fucking tearing things down in a small area. That's not really gonna happen since I live in a big area. What's going to happen is there will be individual warlords carving out territory using cars and guns, and violence and all that to do that, and that'll be something we look forward to. There will be, of course, a resource war because of that. The resources, we'll have to get the sources of water, very rare. We'll have to get locked down, gasoline, weaponry, all that stuff is going to get consolidated by the most powerful. They're going to fight it out, duke it out, and then, we'll have some kind of warlord state going on. I hope to God that I can maybe find work as a court jester in one of these warlord kingdoms. I hopefully they can look at my videos and my podcasts and be like, hey, this guy, we'll keep him around. I don't know. Hey, that's what I can offer. That's all I can offer. The future society that forms from the remnants of the American Empire, and I don't know. It's not gonna be pretty, but what do I know? See, for all I know, none of that's gonna happen. For all I know, everything's gonna be great. Everything's gonna turn around. People are gonna unite. Americans, I think Churchill said, Americans, you can leave it to the Americans to do the right thing at the last possible moment. And I believe in us in that way. I believe that we will let millions of die first, but then eventually we'll be like, you know what? We should do something. We gotta stop this whole thing. This race and the gender and the political party. That's all divisive. It's all divisive. Let's put some heads on pikes together. Let's sharpen the guillotine. That's what I'm saying, guys. Let's all sharpen the guillotine. Line them up. Let's open the books. Let's open the books. And who's really responsible? Who's been robbing everybody? Where's all the wealth? Everybody's getting at the people. What's going on there? Let's just open up the books. God, isn't that terrifying? Wouldn't that be terrifying if you were a political elite person? If you heard a person being like, hey, let's open up the books. Would you be like, oh, God, I better get the fuck out? That's exactly what I think they're doing. I think they can smell it, man. They smell it. The books might get opened. Fucking gonna run. I mean, honestly, their only hope is Trump. No hope. The only hope of the political elite is Trump, because Trump is also, he doesn't like the poors. He's gonna fucking make sure that the rich get okay. This also goes to my underlying theory that none of these motherfuckers actually hate Trump. They fucking love him. They love him. Are you kidding me? They love him. The opposition industry, you know what I mean? The books everybody's writing. Everybody's writing books. Everybody's writing the eyeballs, the clicks, the fucking ratings are through the roof. Oh my god, he's a gold mine. He's a gold mine. Are you kidding me? You want to get rid of this guy? No way. No way. Fucking still burning up there. The bull, Biden. Oh god, can you imagine how boring the news would be if Biden was up there? All right. I have a feeling this might have been the exact same podcast I did. No, impossible. Bernie was still the race back then. No, I talked about other shit. Come on. But anyways, listen. I'll do this ad read now. All right, here we go. This episode of the Rojan Kim Cat. Wait, hold on. Here, let me do it Lil Wayne style. So I do it Lil Wayne. This episode of the podcast. Sorry. This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Figs. That's right, Figs. Scrubs for the healthcare professional on the go. Scrubs made in the USA for the healthcare professional who needs to look a little better on their commute. Join the millions of healthcare professionals who have decided to purchase their own scrubs because the scrubs that they are purchasing through the hospital are not any good. They're all made from China. So join the movement of scrubs. Join the movement where we let our healthcare workers have to pay for their own equipment because, well, we don't really care about them. We're a country of rapacious opportunists. And at the first opportunity, what we did is we bent over our healthcare workers and raped them in the butt because of profit. Honestly, because of profit. Nothing political. It doesn't really matter that it was China. All this stuff could have came from Thailand for all they cared. It's just that if Thailand was cheaper, they would have gone there. And that is why there's no equipment. There's no personal protective equipment in the hospitals, and healthcare workers have to buy their own scrubs. And so, Figs. Make sure, if you're a healthcare worker, okay, this, fuck. I should start over. That was probably not. That was a little bit of me. It's not really a read. It just says ad lib. So I'm trying to ad lib. Okay. Figs is the right company if you're a healthcare professional that has lost all faith in the healthcare industry or the government or anybody really administrative who is supposed to help you get your equipment. So if you're a healthcare professional that has lost all faith in every single institution who's supposed to help you, assist you as you save the lives of the general public, then Figs is for you. Now, Figs does come at a higher premium than most scrubs because in the end, Figs is concerned with profit as well. Just like hospital administrators, just like our own government has been concerned with profit over people, Figs itself is concerned with profit over people. Now, of course, it needs profit to pay its own staff of people. Figs has got its own staff of prisoners working nonstop to stitch, USA-made, professional scrubs for their healthcare workers. And Stitch needs its profits in order to make sure that its shareholders support Figs so that Figs can continue to make scrubs for healthcare professionals who can't afford them. I think that was good. That's good, right? That's kind of succinct. Figs is okay. Figs are no. Here we go again. Okay. Figs are professional quality scrubs that are of a higher grade than the scrubs offered to healthcare professional workers in their places of work because they're made by prisoners in the USA and not prisoners in China. And if you know anything about anything, is that US prisoners get to get a quarter, which is a lot more than Chinese prisoners get. So the incentive is there to work hard. And these prisoners also have free healthcare, by the way. These prisoners, okay, here we go. Figs. Figs is a, oh, god damn it. There's somebody, I'm doing an ad read here. All right, Figs. There's a guy with us rolling a giant trash can. He's essential. Essential services. Okay. Figs is a scrubs company. No, that's not right. Okay. Figs is a company that makes scrubs for healthcare professionals who have been failed at every level by the people that they are saving inside hospitals. Figs asks healthcare professionals to buy their own scrubs at a higher premium to not only help save lives, but to look good while doing it. I know that if I was a doctor and a patient with COVID 19 was spewing bloody sputum all over the place, I wouldn't want the scrubs I wear to be made in China. I would want USA made scrubs made from prisoners in the US, not prisoners from China. That's how you know it's quality because prisoners in the United States are paid pennies on the dollar what they should be paid versus Chinese prisoners who are just paid in beatings. So obviously, if you support an industry that pays its workers in beatings, you will continue to buy Chinese scrubs. Otherwise, please make the switch to Figs, who doesn't beat its prisoner labor and instead gives them a fair wage, at least for prisoners. I think that's good. I feel like I think I could smooth it out a little bit, but I don't. Hey, this is my first. It's my first ad money, man. I don't know. I was nervous. I've never gotten a sponsor before. Hopefully, you think I'm gonna keep them? You think I'm gonna keep Figs? Fucking Fig. I'm gonna keep ranting. I'm gonna do one more of these later. I'm gonna type it out though. I'm gonna do a better job. You know what? I mean, they're paying me. I should. God damn it. This is the thing. It's like, I'm given an opportunity. I'm given a chance. Somebody decides, hey, look, we listen to your thing, and we think you could hawk our product for us. You could get it out there. Clearly, healthcare professional workers are listening to your podcast. The market is out there. Just fucking pitch them the product. The product sells itself. Who would have 99% coronavirus woven into the fabric of the woven into the fabric of their material. Meanwhile, we screen every one of our prisoners for COVID 19. Despite not testing anybody else in the population, we have stopped. Figs is happy to announce their new line of hazmat, anti-contamination, full protective suits. Space suits. I'll call them space suits. Figs is happy to announce its new line of space suits to protect those doctors, those healthcare professionals who want to look good while they are extubating a COVID-19 patient whose lungs have filled with fluid and are going to die. No, that's too harsh. I'm not a good ad guy. I mean, I worked in advertising, but I fucking hate ads. And I think part of it is like I feel like I'm selling out, man. Which is dumb. There's no such thing anymore. Everybody's selling out. That's like people make fun of people going selling out, because it's like not a thing anymore. It's like, of course you sell out. That's all there's left. That's all. If we don't do that, what do we got? Our rights? The fucking Constitution? What do you think? It's selling out. That's all we got. Ad money. Everything is ad support. Everything runs on ad money. So add some money to my account. I don't know. Send me the stimulus check so that I can, I don't know, look at it. I'll cash it and buy weed, I guess. I don't know. It's weed. It's fine. Figs for the healthcare worker who buys their own weed with their stimulus money. Okay, I gotta, honestly, maybe I shouldn't have freeballed this. Maybe it was a little loosey-goosey. Maybe I had a lot of feelings about the Bernie thing, even though I knew, and I had a lot of feelings about this idea of Biden versus Trump in a debate. It was going to be wild. It's going to be wild, or it's going to be sad. But I have a good feeling Trump's going to play it right. It's in some ways, it'll be impressive. Fucking to beat up the demented man. I see demented. To beat up a man with dementia and to look good doing it. That's gonna be skill. That's a skillful thing. So looking out for that too. Man, this is crazy, isn't it? God, I was always joking when I was saying, watching I'm just eating popcorn while the Republic falls, but I guess very George Carlin-esque, right? Very just sort of, he's at the front row of the freak show, and he's watching all the shit go down, and he's like, he doesn't give a fuck. And I feel like that is the most rational position to take at this point. Really. Really, what are you going to do? If you're going to yell and scream about it all crumbling, if I can laugh with glee at all the death, like what, what? There's no logical position except to just be a bystander and watch the shit go down in flames. Like, I don't know, The systems clearly don't care about us, guys. I mean, I know, it's like, how are you so cynical? You're so cynical, Rojan. Just like, you just think everybody's like out to get us and is like robbing us, and like the drug war was a sham, and the war on terror is a sham, and the financial bailouts are a sham, and this coronavirus response is a sham, and they're just giving everything to the rich. I mean, they are. It's on paper. But why are you so cynical? Why are you so cynical, Rojan? I think at this point, if you're not cynical, it's not even cynical. It's realism. It's just realistic. At this point, if you still kind of hang on to this two-party tribalism shit, you still kind of hang on to this whole red, blue, Bloods, Crips, Coke, Pepsi nonsense, you still think that that's a real thing, I don't know what to tell you, man. I think you're just going to be left behind. It's like the people who clung onto the horse while the car came, It's like the people who clung on to walking while the horse came, right? It's like, I'm gonna get on some animal. I trust my own 2 feet, and that's what it's just like people who hang on to old paradigms while the world shifts, while the world leaves us behind, while shit is changing rapidly. Okay, we don't even know. I don't even know what it means. I mean, honestly, all I can think of is it's probably a huge shift away from what we thought was going on with globalism. Probably an increase in nationalism. Probably an increase in local consciousness. Probably a breakdown of central things like central banks, central governments, or the opposite. Maybe it'll be the consolidation of power that they need to really hold on to shit for another 1,000 years. I don't know. I'm just glad I don't live for 1,000 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad that I'm like halfway through life. Honestly, I can't be more pleased that I'm middle aged. Like I got to see it all. I got to see the heyday. I got to see the Reagan era. I got to see the fucking when we were high on the hot. A lot of the bullshit. People are going to be helping each other, and it's what matters. Local is what matters. The people in front of you, the people who care about you, just people in your neighborhood, the people who will turn on you if the shit goes down. You gotta make sure